Yeah, yeah, I'm very impressed with the presentation today. I think very advanced idea about amphibious architecture, which I would think in our version maybe is not reaching that point yet. We still at a stage of questioning and then maybe looking into what we had in the past. Okay. In Thailand, because the the environment is filled up with water, is agricultural country. So it's always filled up with water and waterways. And living along the river is a kind of, we need to face with the condition of the river that at times there can be some flooding. And in Thailand, the point of view to architecture in the past is very accommodating with nature. So, for example, we are in the hot, humid country. Maybe we don't need that very kind of very physical architecture like maybe compared to the West. Because we only need some protection from the heat of the sunlight. Maybe we lift up the platform to escape some snakes or animals that can do our harm. And the breeze can grow. So that may be all we need. So in the past, we have quite lived our lives integrated very well with nature. We don't see like in the modern time, the city we see today that's really trying to go against the nature. So our way of life is integrated with nature. You can see this is the image of the city in the past. You can see that we actually live in the water. This is not for the future, but this is our past. We live on raft, in the water, in the boat. When I was young, along the river and the canal in Bangkok, there will fill up with boat houses. So people actually live in the boat and in the water, and become like a part of the city. So you can see that there's a lot of you can call amphibious architecture. Okay, this maybe. Okay, I go a little bit quick. So in the mural paintings or something, you can see our. So this is maybe some of the picture that can show that boat houses. People actually live in this kind of architecture, and then at a certain point in time, maybe we need a little bit of stability. So we start to have this raft house, which is connect. It's almost like the artificial land, artificial land where people can live, but it's done with a very cheap material like bamboo or some logs in the past. So more and more the communities are kind of more settled along the river bank. Maybe some is still in the water. They have this temporary bridge that connect the houses together with the land. So create a community along the water, and even they can have a aquascape, or I would say landscape, but in the water. So together with the house, they can also have their landscape, and then also some materials for cooking, for eating, for food, and of course the fish you can get from the water, right? The meat, you can get the meat from the water, so you can get some fish. And then the way of transportation, you use the boat. So it's almost like a highway, living in the and then again, maybe people start to think that okay, we need more stability. So we start to create some kind of architecture that live in the edge between land and water. So you can see the house maybe is built on the land, and then the platform or the chair space or the activity space can be in the water. Okay, so that's the kind of way of living, and the structure is very flexible because we live in nature, and the bridge can be removed, and it can be very simple and that kind of stuff. You can see the structure is very temporal, very very simple, and that we can call it very nomadic. It's almost like Mongolian, because we can move the house in different locations. If there's some change in terms of the waterway, or there's some drought, or there's something like that. So our architecture is the prefabrication. This is the traditional Thai house. So all the pieces can be taken away. We can take all the pieces away, and you can move the whole house on the cart or on the boat to another location and rebuild it. Almost like a Lego, it's a Lego house. so you can assemble and disassemble the structure very easily, with helps of your neighbors or something like that. Okay. So this we start to get more. You can see some trace of this situation. Okay, I will go to another side. But again, if we think about our contemporary city, this is what? No, it doesn't show the photos. How can they do that? One moment. Oh, okay, maybe here. Is that? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. File spawn. Oh, maybe that's okay. Maybe I started this one. Can it be this one? Okay, this is like what you just saw in the picture, right? And when the water come up, you can still survive because the house does not been affected by the. But later on, we build like a modern city, like a land-based city. I would call land-based city. So now the problem of flooding is very, very, very high because we don't respect nature anymore. So, and then from the feeling that, okay, we live in the past, and living well with nature in the amphibious architecture, we start to have this kind of land-based city. And then we even need to build a dam to cut off the natural system because we don't want the flooding, and then it become a land-based, and we are so afraid of the water. But in the past, we don't care. We just be able to live with water, right? So this is the section of Bangkok, So actually, if we notice very well, we get into the detail. Every other, let's say 400 or 500 meters, you will see some kind of network of the canal. But now you cannot see because it's maybe hidden underneath the roadway, or But yeah, the trace of all the water system is still there in Bangkok, but then sometimes you cannot notice very well. So we are having the questions of what kind of architecture would then be best for the area where there's a also dry and then flooding. So it means that this kind of architecture maybe doesn't fit well with the flooding. Maybe we need to redesign it a little bit, to say, okay, maybe there can be some kind of infrastructure or self-sustained city where you are considering the flooding as a part of way of life and as part of the living city, where you can, live with it very well. Another part that I would like to show is the one of the competition where our master student they are getting into the competition. In the DREA competition is the resilient city. I'm not so sure I can. This is in Chennai. So they analyze the city. They're facing the same problem as Bangkok. India. So we're trying to propose some resilient city. They open IT city. Okay.